I've recently acquired this top shelf, full round, 10-inch full round, 1-inch thick slab of Saddle Mountain Petrified Wood from Washington. It's an amazing piece. It's not polished, it's just cut. You can see the concentric rings there. There's some voids with some crystals in it. Really awesome piece. I bought this at a steal of a price, and I had the idea of polishing this on my Vibrolap, but my Vibrolap is a 10-inch Vibrolap. This will not fit on there with the bumper ring, but it does fit on without the bumper ring. But I don't want to polish it without the bumper ring on there because I don't want to damage the sides. As you can see, the sides have the nice wood grain detail, and I don't want to damage the sides. So I think what we're going to do with this is we're going to polish it with my DIY drill and polishing pads. It's going to take a while to do it, but I think it's going to be the best option for me right now. Plus, it'll give me a good opportunity to demonstrate that method for anyone out there that wants to start getting into polishing rocks, because it's basically the entry-level setup. So I will show you how to do that today. Let's go in and prep this piece, and I'll show you how we get started. Okay, so if you're looking to get into polishing rocks for the first time, I recommend this setup. So basically what I have here is I have a set of polishing diamond discs. You can get these from your local Home Depot. This is where I bought mine. I think I bought mine for 60 bucks, 70 bucks, something like that. It comes with this mounting Velcro pad, and then you just need to buy a adapter like this. So basically it's just a little adapter that your drill can fit on. It fits a 5/8 arbor, and you can find this piece on Amazon. So it's not difficult to find on Amazon. Then you need, I just went out and bought a really cheap drill. So I use this only for doing this process. This is like a, I don't even know the brand name, Radley. Never even heard of it, but it was 50 bucks. So I went and bought this drill, and I use it for this process. So I just stick my arbor in there, and I tighten it up, and she's good to go. So you can use these wet or dry. I use them wet. So basically how I'll do this piece is I will just dip this in water, and then I'll come up and I'll just polish it, and I'll dip it in water, polish it, dip it in water, polish it. That's how I do it. I will also mark the surface with some Sharpie so that I know where I am with respect to the grind, especially on the earlier stages like 50. So these pads come in 50 grit, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, and 3000. I find that on silica, agates, and petrified wood, that kind of thing, hard substances, you don't need to go beyond 3000. You get like a perfect mirror shine. You really can't get any better. These do a really great job. Probably some of the best polishes I've ever gotten is using this setup. It just takes forever. So I'm really not looking forward to this. It's probably going to take me on the order of 3 to 4 hours to do this piece, but I really want to put this on my petrified wood shelf because I don't have a really good piece, full round piece of Saddle Mountain, and I finally have one, and I'm going to spend the time to do this right. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this up with the Sharpie, and then we'll get started on the 50 grit grind. Okay, here it is after the 50 grit, and not much to see here. It looks pretty much the same, but basically what this stage does is all my Sharpie's gone, as you can see, and it just gets everything down to that same kind of level playing field where now the rest of the discs will go easier, especially the polishing stages. So I'm going to move to the 100 grit disc now, and I'm not going to mark it up this time. I'm just going to pretty much spend a good amount of time, just go over the surface. I don't need to mark it up. The higher you get in the grits, the harder it is to get the marker off, so I don't want to get into a situation where I can't remove the marker. So I'm just going to go natural here, not put any more marker on, and we're going to go to the 100 grit disc. Okay, here we are after the 100 grit. Still, not much difference. Probably won't see much of a difference until we get to about the 400 grit stage. But we're on to the 200 grit now, so let's get started on that. Finish the 200 grit, and we're going to move on to the 400 grit now. After the 400 grit, I'm hoping to see a little bit of light from my light ring. Right now, I don't see it. What interesting here, there's starting to see this grayish material come out as I'm polishing. I'm not sure what it is, but it's similar to the black material here. Like, it looks like the burnt edges, but anyway, I noticed it's coming out as I polish it, as I grind it more and more. It's right around the edge. So we'll keep an eye on that, but yeah, hoping to see some results here after the 400 grit.
Okay, this is after 400, and I am starting to see a little bit of change in how the light interacts with the surface. So it is getting better. I thought it would be a little bit better than it is right now, but you can see a little bit of the light ring glow there. Going to move on to the 800 now, and should definitely see an improvement upon this result as opposed to the 800 grit when we're done. Because we're basically doubling the grit. We're going from 400 to 800, so we should definitely see a difference. So let's go find out if we can see a difference. Okay, 800 grit done. And as you can see now, we are starting to see a little bit of more definition. You can see our light ring there shining through in the reflection of the rock. So yeah, 800 grit made a huge difference. You can see the outside here. You can see, as I've been grinding and polishing, more rings have been coming on the outside. That's kind of cool. This material here, you can see that it's not taking a great polish here at the end. It almost kind of looks, I know it's not, but it almost kind of looks metallic, but it's probably some different mineral running through there that's just not taking a great polish. There's so many different things going on in this. Like there's these quartzy bits in here, and then there's the jasper, yellow jasper, and then there's the black crystals. I mean, it's got a lot going on. A lot of different types of polishes that it'll take on each of those different types of material, but yeah, really happy with how it's turning out. We're going to the 1500 grit now, and should definitely see a huge difference now when we switch to that grit. So let's do that now. Okay, so this is after the 1500, and we're achieving mirror shine, getting really close. We're doubling up our grid every time we go now, so we're going on to the 3000. And I do have a 6000 and a 10,000 disc, so we'll see how the polish is after 3000. But we might keep going all the way to 10. But let's see how the 3000 does. Okay, so here's 3000. And I think I will go to the 6000, and I'm going to let you guys take a look at it. Let me know in the comments if you think there's going to be a difference between the 3000 and the 6000. I'm going to show you the 6000 here in a minute when I'm done. You let me know if you think it's improved upon this shine. I always think 3000 grits, like on silica, is always pretty much the max, but you know, other people will argue that you can get better shine. But you guys let me know just from looking through the camera if you can notice a difference, and I'll see if I can notice it in person. But let's go try the 6000 grit. Okay, here's the piece after 6,000 grit, and you guys let me know if you notice a difference from the 3,000. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe in person it does look a bit different. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but I did notice it. It's a little more vibrant. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off and do the 10,000 grit. And again, leave in the comments if you think you notice a change when I do it. So let's go. Okay, so here's the final piece after 10,000 grit, and it's basically a mirror. I can see perfect details through it. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but I can see everything on my ceiling in detail, the lights, everything. It's pretty awesome. Pretty happy with how this turned out. This is going to go on my petrified wood shelf. And yeah, really happy to add this to the collection. Always wanted a full round piece of Saddle Mountain Petrified Wood, and finally got it. So very happy. The DIY setup, for anyone getting into lapidary or starting to just polish your own rocks, and you don't want to break the bank on a saw or any lapidary equipment. And you don't want to break the bank on lapidary equipment, the DIY setup, the drill setup is perfect. I mean, again, for about just a little over $100, you can get this setup, and it works great. As you can see, mirror shine. Now, the whole process of polishing this piece took about 3.5 hours, which actually isn't that long because I've been doing this a long time, and I am meticulous at doing it, but I also know what it takes to get the shine because I'm using these so often. So because I've been using these for so long and so often, I know basically, you know, the sequence, how long each pad takes. I got it down to kind of a science. But I'd say probably a beginner would take probably 5 to 6 hours to do this. There are steps you could skip. You could probably skip a couple of grits, but like I said, in order to get a shine like this, I recommend going through every stage. Yeah, it's best not to skip any stage, really. But yeah, super happy with this. Highly recommend the drill pad setup for any beginner. That concludes today's video. As always, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, and we will catch you in the next one.